Sentinels, Point of No Return, Part 1. Black, endless night, pierced only by the pinpricks of distant suns. A mountain of ice rotates past us. We are just above the ocean of icebergs, making up the rings of Saturn. The date is January the 11th, 2477, and this place of indescribable beauty is where the end of humanity begins. A well-used SatCorp long-range hauler soars just above the rings.
This is Hyperion transport to pursuing vessels. We are an unarmed cargo ship evacuating refugees. We surrender.
Dozens of alien xenocraft pursue the hauler. They are twisted horrors that pulse with obscene energies. Every crevice of these monstrosities hurts the eye and unsettles the soul.
I say again, we surrender. Do not fire. There are children aboard. Don't do it. Don't!
The alien vessel destroys the hauler with a lethal burst of emerald plasma. Suddenly, Stinger missiles slam into the side of the alien vessel. Explosions from the impacts build until the Alien 2 is destroyed. A fleet of Sentinel Earthships bears down on the aliens. With them are dozens of civilian colonial ships and corporate security fighters drafted into service to defend the solar system from these silent, ruthless invaders. The two armadas slam into each other above the swirling storms of Saturn. Its sky suddenly filled with hundreds of ships dancing a horrible ballet of death, and worse than death. Supervising the battle is a Hercules-class Sentinel cutter, the EGC Healy. The Healy's officers stand at dozens of holographic display consoles lining the command deck. A transparent dome above provides the crew a spectacular 270-degree view of surrounding space. At this moment, the view is filled with explosions that mark the fiery deaths of friends and comrades. Admiral Katherine Shepard, a calmly powerful woman in her early 50s, stands at the center of action.
Pilot, target the alien vessel.
In the pilot's seat is Lieutenant Jack Armstrong, a serious young officer in his late 20s.
Aye, Admiral. Changing course. We have multiple hostiles between us and target.
Who's closest?
The Achilles, the Icarus, and Delta Flight.
Captain Liu, put me on external comm.
Link established, Admiral.
This is Shepard to battle group. Icarus, take point. Have the Achilles move up to support. Delta Flight, you are go to engage hostiles. Clear me a path to that big bastard.
On the command deck of the Icarus, Captain Robert Shepard hears the order.
Acknowledged, Admiral. Nicole, take us in.
Engines, 3/4 ahead. Main batteries, fire at will.
On the Achilles, Captain Janet Namier stands at her station with a weathered veteran of a first officer, Major Joseph Abrams.
All hands, battle stations. Abrams, put us alongside the Healy. Stand by to provide covering fire for the fighters.
Aye, Captain. Closing with the Healy.
Glad they pulled you out of retirement for this one, Joe?
Wouldn't have missed it, sir.
Delta Flight, a squadron of one-person F-10 Starhawk fighters, moves into attack position.
Delta Flight, this is Delta Leader. You heard the boss. Pick a target and blow these alien bastards back to wherever the hell they came from.
A squad of 4 Ares-class corporate security vessels fly up to join Delta. Ares' squad is led by a tough-looking Martian Genen in her mid-20s with bright red skin. Call sign, Boom Boom.
Delta Flight, this is Mars Corp Ares Squadron. We've got your backs.
Dirty mutts.
Corporate security reserves, all we needed.
Negative, Ares Squadron. We have this. You will hold in reserve.
Delta, you're outnumbered 5-1.
Something wrong with your genetically modified ears, Marzi?
Damn gene freaks are worse than the aliens.
Pound it, Bluebelly. We're as human as you are, and it's our system too.
Panic. Ares Leader, if your pilots can't follow orders, clear the area.
Knowledge, Delta Leader. Holding here.
The Sentinel fighters dive at the enemy, leaving the Mars Corp fighters behind.
Why the hot sand did they draft us if they won't let us fight? Pure uncycled earth grub excrement, as usual.
On the Achilles, the command deck shakes under heavy fire. Captain Namier grips her console for support.
Ship status.
Multiple starboard impacts, Captain. Damage control teams deployed.
2 members of the Achilles aft damage control team run down the Achilles main corridor.
Khan, this is Damage Control Alpha. We are en route to reactor room.
They open a pressure hatch and enter the reactor room. Several bodies of crewmen killed by explosive decompression lie on the deck. The two techs seal the hatch behind them and examine gaping holes in the outer hull.
Con, we have 3 holes in the boat. Proceeding to patch.
Hey, Kim, look at this.
Tech 2 is standing in front of chunks of alien debris embedded in the reactor bulkhead. They somehow appear both mechanical and biological. They pulse with an eerie green luminescence.
What the hell is that?
A razor-sharp tendril explodes from the alien object and plunges through Tech 2's breather mask. Cords burst from the back of his head and spread hook-like flanges that dig deep into his skull.
God. Oh my God!
Tech 1 bolts for the exit hatch. She fumbles with the hatch lock and nearly makes it out before an alien tendril impales her in the
No! This is damage control team to CNC. I need help. Help me! Help me!
The alien tendrils drag her back into the darkness. On the command deck of the Achilles, her pleas go unheard.
Weapons control, I need a targeting solution on those alien vessels.
Pilot, keep us tight on the Healy's flank.
Lights and holo displays flicker. The ship lurches.
What was that?
We've lost main thrusters, Captain.
Damage control teams, report.
Comms down in aft sections.
Without thrust, we're just a brightly painted target. Abrams, get a team down there and get my damn engines back.
Sir.
Abrams runs for the aft hatchway, signaling 2 other officers to follow.
And find out what happened to comms.
As the Battle of Saturn rages all around, a SaturnCorp executive transport finishes its docking approach to the Healy. On board, Admiral Shepard is calmly observing the fighting on the ship's huge holographic display.
Someone get me a link with the Achilles. Lieutenant Armstrong, transport status?
Corporate shuttle offloaded and detached. Returning to Titan for another load of refugees.
Ezra Gemini, a distinguished civilian in his late 50s, stands near Shepard. I believe your guests have arrived, Catherine.
Wonderful. Captain, are we still receiving telemetry from the heavy cutters?
Still nothing from Resolute or Achilles. They appear to be drifting.
Damn it. Get me a caster up here. I want to contact those ships. Load all tubes, cannons to full auto. We've taken all we're going to take from those murdering bastards.
Yes, sir.
Fire all batteries.
The Healy's cannons blast away into the enemy craft. A Ganymede-type Genen, 6, runs in breathlessly. She is bald and wearing a jumpsuit with a Mindcaster insignia.
Admiral, you wanted... I was told to...
Contact the caster on the Achilles and get me a sit rep.
I'll try, Admiral.
Don't try. Do it.
Yes, sir.
Admiral Shepard, what do you think you're doing?
2 middle-aged corporate executives, Jose Alcazar and Nala Collins, walk onto the CNC deck. The Admiral is surprised to see they are accompanied by Natasha Kirsanov, a cool, confident woman in her early 30s.
Welcome aboard, Executive Alcazar, Executive Collins. Natasha, I wasn't informed Homeworld Security was operating in SaturnSys.
I'm just here to ensure our friends from SaturnCorp don't run into any trouble getting home.
How's that working out?
It seems someone started a war at Saturn without telling EarthCorp.
Sorry about that. The paperwork must have gotten delayed in transit.
Admiral, it was my understanding that Executive Collins and myself were to be transported directly to a secure EarthCorp facility.
Not an option.
But you were specifically instructed.
The Admiral is only concerned for your safety, Jose.
Gemini? Ezra, what are you doing here? Aren't you with EarthCorp's advisory board?
Only a civilian consultant. The board is interested in a first-hand account of the situation on the front. Since Catherine and I served together back in the day, she was kind enough to oblige an old friend. Jose, at the moment there are no secure facilities outsystem from Mars. You and Nala are really better off here on the Healy.
Should we at least leave the area?
Executive Alcazar, nearly every Sentinel craft and officer we have left is part of this armada. If those things get past us, there's literally nothing left to stop them between here and Earth. I am not pulling a heavy cutter from this battle to provide taxi service for a nervous corporate executive, so I suggest you make yourselves comfortable. Pilot, ahead full, please.
Aye, sir.
The Healy's engines fire, and the ship blasts forward. The command deck's occupants rock back as artificial gravity tries to compensate for on-axis thrust. Those used to space travel take it relatively gracefully. Gemini politely reaches out to support Collins as she staggers. Alcazar falls on his backside.
Ow!
Sorry about that.
Dead in space, the crippled Achilles is getting the crap kicked out of it. Inside the battered cutter, Abrams and 2 officers move down the smoke-filled main corridor. Scorch marks of small weapons fire, blood, and pulsing green filaments scar the bulkheads. It looks like a fight happened here.
Have we been boarded? Where's the crew?
The illumination suddenly goes out.
Weapon lights.
I still can't see much.
Sir, have you ever seen anything like this?
Maybe. A long time ago.
You hear that?
What is it?
Quiet.
Is it the aliens?
Distorted shapes move at the far end of the corridor. Abrams motions them to either side of the corridor and takes aim. The shapes surge forward. Abrams gets a good look at them.
Oh, shit.
Sentinels, point of no return. End of part 1.